I've just been out getting props.
Yes, you have.
What's the lady that's been in the business for more than 10 years doing, showing
15,
that?
I think, now.
15 now? What's the lady that's been in this business for more than... Where's your hat? You're supposed to put your cowboy hat on out like you miss your hair.
No. Well, actually, when the hat's on, you can't tell whether the hair's messed up. It's too small.
Oh, it's too small.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, it's too small for me, too. You obviously got a bigger head than the last lady that wore it. So I was just busy. That's why I wasn't on when we started. I was out busy finding a bolo tie, getting my cowboy boot. There.
There it is.
Yeah, see? My $750.
Very nice.
What do they call them? Ship kickers? Yeah. They're manta rays. These are my Steve Irwin boots.
I like those, actually.
Yeah, well, you see, I don't know, does that show up in the screen at all?
Sort of.
Yep, that's there. You can see the white stripe. You can see the white stripe down it. Well, I gotta try that. Okay, can you see the white stripe on them? You see the white stripe? Yeah. All right. We're talking to Richard over in the corner. The white stripe is the manta ray stinger. And that's what killed Steve Irwin, the famous Steve Irwin.
Yes, I knew that.
Yes,
I knew that.
So my guest today, in spite of all this hassle and so on, now Dan Walco's not going to be here today unless we rerun one of his shows, and Dr. Swingle's not going to be here. He'll be back on April the 15th. Dan should be here April the 8th, and we're not sure what we're going to run after this. We're going to interview Richard, because last week we interviewed Richard, and our operator, the producer, ran his own interview live with no sound, which is just a little bit more. Now, if you happen to want to talk to Susan Jacks, the phone number to phone is area code 866-980-0499, and you can phone from Sarasota, Florida, or whatever. So if Linda May, if you happen to be watching, give us a call. So you can't see this one very well. You can't. Well, you didn't see what I went and got. I was told you should have some props. So, can you get this thing in here? There we go. Well, look, see, it's a very faded picture, sort of. Let me see if I can see it myself. There's Susan. You must have been hung over when they took that one, because you can hardly see you.
Yeah, well, that's the effect of it. The album is called Ghosts, so it's supposed to be kind of a
Oh, the album's called Ghost?
Yes.
I just never put that together. What a good deal. The album's called Ghost, so you can hardly see it. So you got songs on here like All the Tea in China, and We Had It All, and Elusive Butterfly, Evergreen, Ghosts in Your Mind.
Yeah, that's
Twice as Strong, Beyond the Clouds, A Young Girl, Concrete Sea, Two Roses, A Fool Such as I. Well, that's actually one of my favorite songs.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I like that one. And then we got, this was your starter husband, wasn't it? It's your starter?
That was my starter
husband. That was your
husband,
starter husband,
yeah.
Terry Jacks.
For a short period of time.
Quite famous around Vancouver now as an environmentalist, actually. But there's Terry Jacks and the Poppy family. And this has even got your signature on here. You signed this one.
I did.
Yeah. And it's even to me.
That's right.
That's right. So I haven't signed the rest of them, though. That's actually the funny part about it is that one, I don't know where the record is for that one, so it's just a cover right now.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so I have a signed cover and no record. And then, how many records did you do altogether?
Oh, shoot. I don't know. I have to think. The Poppy family only did 2. I think I've done 4 solo albums.
What do you mean I got them all?
I think so. I'm not sure.
What?
Let me see. I thought of you again.
4 of just you.
Forever, Ghost, and Dream. Yeah. So I've done 4. 4 solo albums.
4 solo albums.
Yeah.
And we just happen to have them all. Now this is sort of a come hither one.
Oh yeah. Well, I showed up in Toronto.
You actually know who you look like in this one.
No.
You look like Lucille Ball.
Really?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
You look like Lucille Ball way back when. I actually met her in '64.
I take that as a compliment. Yeah. She was quite gorgeous.
She was quite good fun. Baby, I'm Yours. Play My Favorite Song Out of My Mind. Now, did you write all these, or were
No,
they written by other
no.
people?
They were written by other people.
Okay.
But I got to tell you about taking this
picture. This
show up at the
erotic piece of no, it's a good picture.
I show up.
Actually,
at
the
the
one on
photo
the back
studio.
is a glamour one.
It is two kind of totally. Well, they're sort of both glamorous, but when I showed up.
Well, no, this is just sexy. This is glamorous.
Showed up at the photo studio, and I said, "Can I bring any wardrobe?" And they said, "No, don't worry about it.
You don't need a wardrobe.
Don't need a wardrobe." So I show up, and they said, "We've got something for you to wear here," and it was a man's shirt. That was it.
That was it. That's all this is a man's shirt?
It's a,
Most women do very well walking around in men's shirts. Wouldn't you
yeah.
agree with me, Richard? It's amazing how good they look the next morning walking around in a man's shirt. But you're telling me this was a studio and you weren't just caught unawares. Okay, now we did this one. That's the only one that has pictures on both sides. Oh, no, this one does too. These two do as well. No, this one does. Yeah, let's see. So tell me about this one, Dream.
Oh, I loved doing that album. That was, gosh, I did some songs. Let me see the songs. I'm going to see Anna Marie. I loved. I enjoyed the whole album because it was my first stretch out from the Poppy Family sound, and so
this was the first one on your own.
Well, actually, I Thought of You Again was the first one on my own, but it was still Terry produced it, and it was still
this one.
It was still very much the Poppy Family sound, but I loved
Higher. Richard saying higher.
Yeah, that was my first one.
She looks very thoughtful there.
I was looking out the window. Actually, I think that was that picture was probably taken when we were. I was contemplating leaving this situation.
Oh, I see. You were on your way out, were you?
Yeah.
I know about those. About 7 ex-wives.
7?
7, yeah.
Jeez.
Well, I count ones the ladies that I lived with, and lived with Marge for 8 years. That's a wife that's, And there's the back picture, which I think is sort of cute. You can even see your mole big time, which you've got covered up with makeup right now.
Well, no, actually,
Or is it faded?
No, they took it off after a while.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, it's sort of cute because it's in the front picture, too. You're supposed to leave those because they're...
I know, I got tired of it. No, that's not true.
Okay.
No, it just... They thought it would be a good idea to take it off. So.
All right, so you've done...
See, they're not all as glamorous as everybody. They're okay. Most people put them on with a pencil.
Now, I hope everybody got a chance to see the striking rattlesnake. Yeah, got a chance. Okay. There, you just got stuck. That's the hat I wear when I go down to Rattlesnake Hall to deal with the... That's the one I went when we went down with the other singer I was talking about to Rattlesnake Hall and had her go up and down wearing her wardrobe. And she had the leather pants and the fancy outfits, and the tax office wasn't going to let her claim her clothes because you can claim clothes that are performance clothes, but you can't claim clothes that you wear on the street.
Right.
So she had bought all her clothes from Sweet 16, and that's the only name I remember, but she was a little tiny thing. And all these leather suits and stuff that she had, leather pants and so on, and they turned her down, so we took the 33-foot motorhome and her whole wardrobe laid out in the motorhome. And for the next hour and a half down there, she went up and down the elevator at the old tax office, 1110 West Georgia. And it was sort of fun because, I'm sorry, no, it was 1166 West Pender. She went up and down the stairs with a different outfit, showing them that there were no creases in the back of the leather pants, because that's all she had them for, was for her performance. The rest of the time she hung around in blue jeans. So we've got I Thought of You Again. You say that's the first one.
That was the first solo album,
right. Yeah. Now, you had, this Dream one, you had I'm going to call it a concert out in, you've had 2 this last year.
Right.
But one in Maple Ridge that I was at, and Richard was at as well. And you had one in Calgary.
Right.
And you say the Calgary one went over better than the Maple Ridge one. Maple Ridge was first, though. So, I mean, that was the first concert in, 10 years?
You worked the bugs out. And,
how many years was it between concerts for that one?
Probably a little longer, maybe 15 years.
15 bloody years.
Well, Yeah, really. Well, maybe, I'm sorry. Between 10 and 15 anyway.
Okay.
But up here it was a long time since I'd played. And, you know, playing in your hometown, it's a little scary.
That was your hometown, and
Yep.
it was amazing. There was a
Oh, it was-
full
it was
audience
fabulous.
at the Maple Ridge Act. And I don't have the number here,